Here on the Idaho 8-Man Prepcast Championship Recap Edition, Brandon Baney, very pleased to be joined now by number one in the program and in the hearts of Carey Panther fans. It is quarterback and defensive back Preston Wood from the 1A state champion Carey Panthers. Preston, first of all, thank you for joining us here on the 8-Man Prepcast.
Yep, thank you for having me. I'm just really grateful to be here.
Yeah, and we're grateful that we were able to squeeze you in. Obviously, this is pre-recorded. You are going to be, as we're doing our show live, you're going to be playing in a basketball jamboree. I mean, hey, when you play all the way through to the state championship, there is no time for rest between seasons.
Yep, not at all. And it's pretty exciting, I guess, to go from one to another, but it's kind of a love-hate relationship we have between those two. Getting, transferring to the other sport comes pretty fast.
For sure. Well, before we start talking hoops too much, let's look back at what was an incredible football season your senior year, but also just an outstanding football career. You have been the starting quarterback for Carey since your sophomore season. You had gotten close before, but this is now the first time in your career that Carey has actually achieved what so many other classes have done in the past, and that is bring home that first place blue-colored trophy for winning the state championship. How did that feel, and how does it feel still?
It's definitely like the feelings are so amazing. It's kind of a love-hate relationship I have with it right now because it means high school football is over, and I love high school football, and I just my favorite thing. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but ended the way we did as state champs as a senior, and just all the hard work our team put in, I couldn't have ended it a better way.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I mean, how much work did you and your teammates put in through the spring and through the summer and even into the early part of the fall? I mean, it took an immense effort to get to the top of the 1A football mountain.
Yep. The hard work that our guys put in and the leadership that all of our seniors showed to the underclassmen, it was something I was never a part of, really. We've always had classes work hard in the past and stuff, but this year was a little different just due to a little bit more determination and motivation we had. And that's one thing that our team wanted to make sure of. Even if we were coming down classification and a little less competition, we wanted to make sure that we were the best team that we could be, and that all started as soon as football ended last year. And that's when I knew we were going to have a good team.
An outstanding season. Your only loss came to Butte County, which, by the way, it was also a very talented team this year. Were you bumped? This was the first ever Crater Bowl with that cool Craters of the Moon themed trophy. You didn't have a chance to wrest that away.
Yeah. I love playing Butte. It's always a really competitive and physical game, and I love to go against those guys. They're great sportsmanship and just great coached. I wish we could have that one back. That was a great game. They played amazing, but the ball happened not to bounce our way a few times, and that's a game that our Panther team, wished we could have saw Butte again because they were a fun team to go against, but we feel like we didn't quite give them everything we had.
Well, maybe we can arrange a scrimmage between you and the Pirates and see if you could get that Crater trophy back. Okay, so speaking of big rivals and teams that you guys enjoy playing against, Dietrich, you get to see them for the second time, this time for the championship. This happened a couple of years ago, and Dietrich actually snuck one out against the Panthers. So coming in, what was the message from Coach Saili to you guys, knowing that, hey, we beat Dietrich in the regular season and beat him pretty handily, but knowing that, okay, both teams have differed a little bit as we've gotten into the playoffs. What was the pregame message from Coach Saili to you guys?
Leading up to the game, it was a very humble approach. We knew going into the game that it was going to be a great game, and we had to fight for it. And that's something Coach Saili preached the entire week, was that we had to show up and play our best game of football because Dietrich was going to be ready, and they were. They had a great game plan, and they came out and executed very well, and they had a lot of things go well for them. And so Dietrich played a great game, so congratulations to them and on their second place state championship run. They had a great year overall. And going into it, just a lot of humbleness from the coaching staff here at Carey, and just overall just the Panthers making sure that we worked our hardest all week.
Yeah, and then like you said, Detroit came out and played one of the best games they had in their season and had the lead on you guys for a large portion. I mean, that whole first half and at halftime. And so what was the message from Coach Saili to you guys at the break, knowing that, hey, Detroit had the momentum, they were surging? What was the message at halftime to you guys?
It was just reassurance of the team that we were and how hard and all the hard work that we put in. And that reassurance from our coach who was our great role model and leader for our team. It just made sure all of us boys were ready for the second half. And just that desire and fire that it gave all of us to make sure we came out in the second half and played how we were supposed to and played the type of football that we were capable of.
So in terms of what you were able to do leading this Carey offense, 6 of 11 passing, 62 yards or 60 yards, 2 touchdowns, obviously ran the ball incredibly well, 256 yards on the ground. What do you prefer when you're dropping back to pass? Do you like dissecting the defense with your arm, or do you like showcasing your athletic ability by taking off and running with the football?
Definitely both. Can't do one without the other, but it does feel sad. I do love passing the ball because it gets to show others how great of teammates I really do have. Giving those guys the ball in space, they're incredible athletes, and they get to go make plays when I happen to get them the ball in space. But even when I run, my teammates always make sure to showcase how great they are. There was a lot of plays in Detroit where we had a lot of big runs, and that only came because of our amazing blocks and all the people that they were putting on the ground.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Preston. I know you've got so many incredible backs and receivers that you can throw the ball to. Gabe Saili, AJ Black, Stockton Sears, Eddie Gamino. Games on the line. You have one shot. Which receiver are you going to throw that ball to? If the game season's on the line and you know a guy has got to go up and make a play, who's the one receiver you're dialing into?
The media and the popular decision right now would probably be Gabe Saili from the catch he made in the semifinal game. It was an incredible catch, but I don't think I could truly pick between any of my teammates. They've all bailed me out a couple time or two and going up and getting a ball, so I don't think I could choose between any of them. They would all make me proud if I chose to throw them the ball.
That answer was given like a true media veteran, Preston. I was very impressed. The right answer is the open one, right? Whoever's open, for sure.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about on the defensive side of the ball, because obviously here on the 8-Man Prepcast, we talk a lot about the offensive statistics. 8-Man football tends to skew more to offense, but your guys' defense has been so good. The way AJ Black can attack the line of scrimmage, and then on the back end, Stockton Sears has been great. You are an all-conference and all-state defensive back. You've actually made our IdahoSports.com top 10 preseason list the past couple of years as a defensive back. And so I want to give some love to that Carey defense, because I think you personally and your teammates actually play really well on the defensive side of the ball also.
Yep. The Carey defense this year, and the thing that was pretty special about this team this year is that there was nobody that cared more about themselves than the person next to them on this defense. Nobody cared about the stats. That's why if you look at our stats on defense, there's not really one guy that just jumps out to you and just towers over everybody else on stats, but it's the team effort and just the love that we had for each other and the ability that gave us to go out and play as a team on defense. Because as you know, and every other 8-man player can test, so 8-man defense is hard. That's why games are such high scoring. You play 11-man size field, but with 3 less guys, defense can be really hard. But with the team we had this year and the teammates I had, just the trust was so special.
And then you're doing a great job of giving credit to all of the teammates. You're kind of like the CEO of the company. You're the face, but there are so many people that help make this so successful. Let's give your linemen some love, especially on offense. Those 3 linemen up front that paved the way for you and all of those other incredible skilled athletes. This is your opportunity to shower some praise on those big guys up front. Oh, man.
I've been waiting for a moment like this for a while. Ever since I was younger, it was always make sure that you appreciate your linemen. And as I've gotten older, I'm glad that was the way I was raised, and I couldn't be more grateful for my teammates I have. And out of every teammate I'm grateful for, like out of all of them, skill positions and linemen, it would be the linemen. Our motto at the beginning of the year is, "Well, when we go as far as the linemen will take us," and that's a true testament to football. Linemen are the most underappreciated people in the world, but they're the only thing that drives the team. I see a meme a lot, or like a joking comparison, and it compares offensive line to an air conditioning system. Nobody appreciates it when it's going, but everybody notices when it stops. And that's exactly what offensive lines have to go through. So if you play offensive lineman in the state, kudos to you, and just you're an amazing person and you're selfless. But for our 3 offensive linemen, I couldn't ask for any 3 better in the state. Luca Quispace, our center, he's been with us for a long time now, and I've got to know Luke really good. He's been one of my best friends, and just having him as the center to make sure that everybody's going to be picked up on the blitzes and stuff, it's just so reassuring. Chris Ruiz, our left guard, Chris is the man. He's got that attitude that he's not going to let anybody touch me, and that's just something I love. He's like got that bodyguard chippy attitude, and just really appreciate Chris for that. And Will Park stepped into a right guard role this year, and nobody really saw that coming, I guess, because he's a lot undersized. He's only about 165 pounds ish, and a lot smaller than a lot of people we went against. But Will worked hard all year long, and it just showed how much love he had for this team, because he was willing to go to a role that doesn't get as much love or praise, but it was for the betterment of the team, and he did an amazing job at it and worked hard to make sure he was ready for his role to perform. So couldn't express my love greater to those 3. So love you 3 linemen, and anyone else that also played offensive line for us this year. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I love it. As a former offensive lineman, I appreciate the kind words for all of us linemen out there everywhere, for sure. Underappreciated. Okay, I want to ask you about basketball real quick, because I also love basketball. Carey, Coach Simpson coaching you guys again for the 50th year? It's not that quite that long, but
yep.
He's been there a long time. How many of these football guys are we going to see on the basketball court?
Should see a decent amount of them. Basketball is not everybody's favorite sport here, but everybody here is competitive and wants to show that Carey's truly good both on like the field and on the court. But it's just the competitiveness and the love that we have towards each other to make sure that we're going to be good this year. And I think there's a little bit of extra drive this year in basketball. Along how we were with football is we underperformed last year, and basketball was the same thing. Losing an 18-year streak going to state is a pretty big deal. And even as I was a manager my whole life, every team I was always on always made it to state. And last year not making it, that hurt our team a lot. And seeing our managers cry on the bench because they couldn't go swimming at the pool that year, it hurt all of us players a little bit. So the extra drive for basketball is going to be special too.
So you were a manager like when you were a younger kid?
Yep. Dick Simpson's my grandpa. Danny and DJ are both my uncles. So really closely associated with the basketball program. But yeah, just a lot of love for those guys and all the extra hard work they put in.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, for those that don't know about Carey, just the community, it's like a really special place where it doesn't matter what the sport is, if it's girls basketball or volleyball or track, or the community just totally gets behind you guys and gals there at Carey, and it's infectious, and the winning just spreads from program to program, and it even into the classroom. You guys excel as students too. I mean, it's just a really special, for those that don't know about what makes Carey such a special place, what is it?
It's just the camaraderie as a community, and it all starts within our school. It all starts between our students with one another and the respect and kindness they show to others. But then as that also goes out to the staff, the staff at Carey is an amazing staff, and they put up with some stuff sometimes that they don't deserve. And I just couldn't appreciate them more and all the hard work that they put towards our students and making our community a better place. And with that, our community, I would argue, is the best in the state. When we go to away games, we have just as many fans as the home team. And our community is always one of the loudest. And they always show support to our team, regardless of sport, like you said, whether it's volleyball, girls basketball, or football, or track even. The community really does just get behind us kids and helps drive us to where we want to be.
Yeah, it's incredible. Okay, let's talk about, you mentioned school. What's your favorite subject, and do you have a favorite teacher?
I mean, I would say my favorite subject is PE, but that's kind of an easy way out of it. So I would probably say my favorite subject's math. Math always came pretty natural for me, but I've worked hard at it and gotten good at it. Favorite teacher. That's a tough one. I do love Coach Kirkland as our history teacher. He's an amazing teacher and always makes sure that he puts us students first and makes sure that we're taken care of. But again, just like our teammates, I don't think I could pick a favorite teacher. Each one of them have their own special place in my heart, and they all do things just a little different, just like our team. And that's what makes Carey's school special. Not every teacher's the same, and just the same with a teammate on the field. You have to figure out what works for them in what class, and how that relationship is built between you two, and just the things that I guess like bring you closer to an individual in that standpoint.
Yeah. In terms of your opportunities, education after high school, what are you starting? We're getting down to the end of the school year. I'm sure the counselors are talking to you. You got to make that plan. What is on the table for you in terms of post high school?
Yep. This is a decision that I've been trying to figure out for a long time now, because a big goal of mine was always going to play college sports, and leading up to high school and even throughout high school, I didn't know if I wanted to go try and play basketball or football. But as I've gotten a little older and maybe a little wiser, potentially, I don't know. But my goal is to go play football somewhere, and I don't know where that'll be. But also just deciding if I'll go right after high school, or if I might go serve a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints first, and then go attempt to play after that. But regardless, I couldn't be more proud of my academics as an individual. I worked hard at them and made sure that my GPA is at a point where school will be very achievable for me from a cost standpoint due to the hard work I put in the classroom.
That's awesome. It's nice to have options, and the hard work you've put in is definitely paying off, Preston. Last question. You've got a free day, no sports, okay? No basketball, no football. You have the day to go do whatever you want to do. What is that activity? What is that hobby? What are you going to do on your free day off that doesn't involve a ball of any kind?
That's a tough one. Normally I would say either basketball or football, or doing something like that. I won't count working out or weights or anything like that, because that goes along with it. But probably just hanging with my friends, hanging out with those guys. Was always a great time. Playing Xbox or video games or whatever it may be, going to the movies. Those guys just have a blast with them all the time. So couldn't do without them. Love those guys.
It is a great camaraderie there at Carey, and Preston, we really appreciate you coming on to talk to us and kind of being the spokesman for the team here post-championship. I know everyone echoes the same sentiments you do, and it's been so fun to watch you the past several years at Carey High School, and we're looking forward to seeing you hoop it up this winter too.
Yep. Thank you. I really appreciate you inviting me on here. I had a great time, and just again, one more time, just love my teammates and the coaching staff here at Carey. Those guys are really special and have pushed me to become the greatest player I can, and continue to do that with every player on our team. So couldn't express my gratitude more, and hope to see you and talk to you some more throughout basketball season as well. Should be good.
All right. Sounds good. Preston Wood from the Carey High Panthers joining us here on the Idaho 8-Man Prepcast.